remember the first time that I had heard about this course. I was 22 or 23. I was living up in Northern Rivers, and at that time I was really looking for something to do with my life, someone to become, some direction and some meaning in my life. And I always enjoyed spending time with children, and I had encountered this thing called Steiner education. There were some families that I knew who had children in Steiner school, and there was something really special there. I knew from the very beginning that there was something quite magical and special about what they were telling me, what they got to do at school. And I wanted to be involved in some way. I wasn't quite sure how. My friend told me there's this course in Melbourne for 2 years you learn to become a Steiner teacher. And I thought, that sounds fantastic, but I don't know if I want to be a teacher. And she told me it's not just about being a teacher, it's so much more than that. It's about being the person that is worthy of teaching children. And I think that that's something that we can all benefit from in our lives, is becoming people who are worthy of passing knowledge on, of learning so many amazing things and then being able to give them back to the world. And it just sounded like a wonderful opportunity to grow as a person, to find a meaningful direction in my life. And it was hard to make that decision to take 2 years of my life, to not do anything else, to come, to move from another state. And I've never regretted it once. It's been a really transformative 2 years, and it really taught me how I want to be in the world. I think in a lot of ways, the things that I have learned that have impacted me weren't exactly the things that I expected. I've always been really interested in philosophy and history and the academic subjects, and those have been absolutely incredible to learn through the Steiner pedagogy. But in many ways, it's the crafts and it's the art. And it's stepping outside of your comfort zone to learn something that you might not have any experience in, and to learn how to take a knack with something, and to learn a new skill and to put that within the tapestry of all of the education here. I think that picking out one thing that I've learned isn't at justice with the fact that they're all so connected, and more than anything I've learned who I want to be, and how I want to be in the world in a way that's of service. Today's our last day of school, and so we've done a final sculpture project. And also at the very beginning of our journey, Tanya, our tutor, also led a introductory project, an artistic project that came out of our life biography. And just to speak to those two projects, the first project is called The River of Life. And in the River of Life project, you are asked to introduce yourself and your life biography from a study of biography work through an artistic medium. And you share this with your classmates who, in many ways, you don't know yet. And it is such a wonderful way to open up your life and your life story to these people who, at that time, were strangers. And now, looking back 2 years later, they're some of the closest, dearest people in my life. And today, on our last day, we've culminated again with another artistic presentation, talking about an anthroposophical term or anthroposophical concept that has really impacted us and that we wanted to study more. So we started with this story of our lives, and now at the end of this 2 years, we've dove deep into a topic and we've presented to our peers what we have found from that topic, what research we've gathered, and we found a way to artistically present. And now we're viewing them as, really important people in our lives, and we're able to gain knowledge from them. And just watching that transformation, I think as well, all of the peer teaching, the hands-on aspect of this course, the fact that whenever we are learning anything, we get out and we do it. We get to participate in what a classroom would be like for a third grade child. You know, we walk in and we're greeted as if we're a third grade child, and we get to really live into that experience. And all of that has been a wonderful journey. And with all of these projects in between, there's been so many projects and so much great stuff we get to do. So we go on 3 placements during the course, in increasing order of involvement in the classroom. So our first placement is an observational placement, and our final placement is 4 weeks, and we're teaching 9 lessons minimum, teaching main lesson blocks, and we're quite involved in the classroom. I had an incredible opportunity to get to experience a really varied different classrooms on each prac. My first class that I did my practicum with was the 2nd grade at Hollywood College, and it was a stream school, and I got to really see how Steiner education integrated with a public school environment, how it integrated with a diverse cultural student population, and how it met the needs of all of those different challenges in new ways. It was an incredible opportunity. The second school that I did my practicum at was in Tasmania, Terramar, and although it's quite close to the city, Tasmania is a more rural place. So I've gone from the centre of Melbourne out to a more rural, in some ways, traditional Steiner setting, and I got to see how the education adapted in that way in the class 7, which is high school there. And during my 3rd practicum, I had the excellent opportunity to go all the way over the ocean to the United States, which is where I'm from, and to see how Waldorf education, it's the same as Steiner, but Waldorf education there was enacted. And in all of those cases, the specifics of the classroom really varied to the need of the children. It varied to, in the case of the US, the different government regulatory pressures or such, but there is an essence of Steiner schools. There's a holding of the children, there's a care for developmental appropriateness, there's a care for beauty and warmth, and every classroom that I walked into on such a range of different classrooms that I got to be a part of really all carried what I felt like it meant to be a Waldorf or a Steiner school. So as an international student, because I'm not currently a permanent resident, although I would love to jump into the next step of my career, finish my degree and get into the classroom as soon as possible, I am needing to have another year to step back. My aspirations are to become a high school history teacher.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.